What up, guys? Sokar here with another episode. I believe we're on episode 25 now. It's crazy how far we've come. Anyway, the reason I'm standing with my back to the room compared to what I usually do is because stuff has been happening there. But also I'd like to apologize for me not having uploaded anything really this week. I've been busy in real life. My dad is getting divorced or whatever from my stepmother, and we're all really fond of her, so that's kind of a sad thing. And I just haven't really been feeling it. And now Diablo 3 is coming out. The open beta is coming out this weekend, and I'm planning on playing that. I might upload some videos of it. Feel free to check that out. It's probably just gonna be me documenting my first experiences in it, because it's a game I've been looking forward to for 10 years and now, or something like that. But anyway, without further ado, as you can see, things have changed a little bit. I have done a lot off camera. Just because I haven't uploaded doesn't mean things hasn't been happening. As you can see, the opening to the donation temple has been done. We'll have a closer look at that. And we have some lag issues. I'll see if I might have to close down my browser. You can see that I've added the grass around here. I'm thinking, please give me your opinion on this. I'm thinking about turning that into, instead of just having gardens all around, which is what I wanted. First I wanted to have gardens all the way around, and then in the middle we would have some sort of fountain. But instead I'm thinking we'll put some garden slash fountain slash whatever on the gray area, and in the middle we'll do some more. Well, there will be gardening, of course, but we want to build a village as well. And the way I'm thinking about doing that is, we want the village to be integrated into the look, and then we'll have villagers there, because I found a new village. I just need to get them here. That will be a project unto itself, I'm guessing. But that's what I'm thinking about doing with that. Also, a guy came up with the idea of putting torches behind letters instead, because what we wanted the lights, but we didn't want to see the glowstone. And as you can see, I've actually done it on this one, but as you also might see, it doesn't really add anything, which is sad. I really thought it was a good idea, but for some reason it's just not really doing anything. So I kind of left it there so I could show you that it didn't really do much. What else? Oh, most of what I've been doing is basically exploring. I also found a new jungle, hoping to find some ocelots there, because we need an ocelot farm. A guy came up with the idea of making an ocelot farm so that we could kill an ocelot every episode, and I like that idea because I really think ocelots are annoying. And then we have the desert roam here. Again, I've changed it up, added some dimension to it, well, some stuff to it anyway, to kind of give the place some feel. I'm not too sure about this middle part. Do let me know what you think about that. And what else? Oh, right, and of course, is it on automatic? Oh, it is. Interesting. But also I have done, as always, I've made a maintenance access so that we can get in here. And as you can see, things here are pretty much the same as before. All I did with the door is basically add a T flip-flop. I used a smaller one than I usually do. It's a bit more expensive, but it's cool. It's a cool one, and it's smaller. I'll show you that sometime, maybe with the Sugarcane farm. But also I expanded the farm here, and as you can see, it has a good view. That's right, like right below, right above this, like right as soon as you entered here, this part, you basically ran into the ravine there. So, but as you can see, we have one room there, and we have another room there. So we do have the cactus farm is pretty big now. As for what we'll be using cactus for, because people were like, what do you need cactus for? Why do you do it? Why do you build it? And you know, at first I only really needed it for dyes because I'm thinking we'll be using wool a lot once we get some wool farms going, and I have tons of white wool that needs to be recolored, and I believe the cactus is the bottom of every dye that makes green. So both lime and green comes from them, which, you know, to me is pretty important. We'll need that. But because people put so much, you know, effort, well, not so much actually, there was only 2 comments, but still, people said, oh, what do you need it? What do you need it? I will purposefully start using cactus for practical things to show you guys that cactus has some practical applications as well. I'll just have to invent them. And as you can see, another view, and then we're, you know, basically into the ravine. I've lit it all up, I believe. Yeah. Anyway, let's just, for the hell of it, I'm trying to get as much cactus going, so let's just pop those off. But anyway, what I'm thinking we'll do today, I gotta do this before I download the beta, because, you know, I'm sorry guys, it's like I know there's a lot of people that will be going, you know, oh, you're losing interest. No, I'm not losing interest. But when there's an open beta for Diablo 3, you gotta play it. I mean, even if you don't know what Diablo is, you gotta go check it out. It's a really, you know, the franchise itself has just been awesome. The first and the second one. And the third one, you know, we only have it for 3 days, so I definitely am gonna take advantage of that. Also, I'm hoping to do some playing on the Hermitcraft server, but you know, I'm not the kind of guy that just likes to get on there and just do random stuff and hope that you meet some people on there. I'm more the kind that would like to, you know, team up with somebody. Say, if I talk with Isuma Void, say, hey Isuma, let's get on the Hermit server today, and then go take it from there. But so far, nobody has really done it that way. It seems like people just get on and then they meet up. And since I barely have time to even play my LP world, you know, taking the initiative to just go on there and hope to find someone to play with is just, you know, it's kind of hard. But I'm hoping I'll figure that out too, and hope you guys will like some videos from that. But anyway, I will start clearing out this room a little bit more so that we can get the sugarcane farm going. And as for the automatic mode, I'm thinking we might have to postpone that, but I'll explain why once we have the basis of the farm going. I've been working on it a little bit, but before we have a look at that, I want to show you this over here. I can't believe I forgot that. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm glad you're still sticking with me. There's the entrance over there. It's I went for a sort of classic look. If you know architecture, you know what that means. And as for the walls, I guess I'll tell you about that. What I'm planning on doing with the walls is I want to do something with wool so we can get some color in it, and then of course we need some depth and other stuff. Probably some pillars or something. You know, just to give the wall some depth. But that will, again, like I said, it will be like one of the last things that I do because it will take a long time. And it has no real purpose, you know. But also, as you can see, I have filled in the lava, and yes, this, oh god, I did this an evening I couldn't sleep. It took forever, not to mention that this hole where I wanted to get the lava, where I wanted to get the lava from, turns out this isn't enough lava, so I had to go get it somewhere else. I have a whole, well, half a chest full of buckets now as well, so it won't run out of buckets that I used. But it still took a long time because you have to. This is actually an advice I can give to you guys. If you ever want to do this, divide the area into cells and then fill them cell by cell, because that way you won't end up killing yourself, and it will be faster and more manageable than if you just start putting it in there. But anyway, let's just have a quick look. You know, let's get down here and see how it looks. There we go. It's not like I said, I really wanted the lava lake to be below this bridge, like really like 3 or 4 layers below it. But as you can also see, there really wasn't any way to do that, so we'll have to make do with this. And just have a quick look for the people who are new. Just have a look at the nether room here. All dark and gloomy and stuff. I still really like this place. We will be doing more with the nether. Oh, and also I changed this because people weren't happy with it. I still have the cobble there, but it's very discreet now, and it's more nethery, you know, to get in here. I like it the way it is now, to be honest. I hope you do too. But anyway, as for the donation temple, another thing I wanted to cover, because it is going to be a big thing. It's mostly going to be aesthetics. I don't know if there's going to be any real function to it, but my aim is to make it pretty, but as I said as well, classical. This is just a beta. I'm not sure I'm sticking with it like this. I'll probably try and do something with the with the pillars, you know, trying to get some dimension into it. But the thing is, when you build things this small, you can't really get it in there, and if I make it any bigger, it's not really gonna fit with the road. And yeah, it's I'm thinking about making it too wider, and that would also do the height, to increase the height a little bit. But yeah, this is like the basics of what we have right now, and I still haven't lit up the whole thing. I can see I think I ran out of torches and I never really got back to it. So, but yeah, I like this part so far. It's getting along quite nice in my opinion. But anyway, let's get back to the sugar farm, because we need that sugar. I'm trying to prepare for a brewing room. You know, we want to have as many resources available as possible, including sugar, which I believe we need for something. But anyway, this is how far we are. The way it's going to work is, because of the way I've set it up here, we can actually have it be 9 on each side, so we get 18 sugar canes on each level. It's going to be more or less loss proof, using the method that Generic B uses with the bars. Very, very nice thing with that. I contemplated using glass panes myself, but when I saw him using his iron bars back in the day, I just thought, you know, I'm gonna stick with that. Also, I wanted to put some glowstone in there so that it isn't so dark and gloomy when you look into it. You know, when you stand here and look in, I kind of want some light there. So hopefully I'll remember that. But like I said, I'm thinking we'll do it like this, and then that means we'll have 18 sugarcanes on each level of farm, and each of those, when they're fully grown, should then yield 36 sugarcanes. So we'd probably want 2. I think I'll make 2 floors of this, so that we at least have enough for it. But anyway, I will go get some pistons, get some redstone, and get the first thing going here. And then I'll be back with another update for you. Alright guys, so here we are. I've been busy. The first part of the farm is more or less done, and I'd like to walk you through it before it becomes too complicated to explain what's going on. Basically, as you can see here, we've done the standard thing, you know, where we have the wire going along here with a torch, each torch activating both pistons. So, and that's like wired up all the way here, and that wire up there is controlled by that particular redstone torch, and the same on the other side, and they're basically put together. So basically, anytime you add power to to this line, they all activate. So that's pretty much as simple as that. But as you also saw, I've added the automatic system already, and I'd like to really, you know, just quickly go through how that works, because it is a bit different. You know, Generic B did one back in the day, but he said he just needed to tweak it a little bit. I haven't found out how to just tweak it a little bit. But I have found a solution. I thought I wouldn't, but I did. Basically, the way it works right now is, you know, this is a butt switch. When it's off like that, it basically has itself on up there, up on top like that. So whenever a block updates on it, you can see I've already got it to work. But basically what happens every time when it updates, it'll figure out, oh wait, I'm getting powered, it'll extend, but then it cuts off the power to itself again, but because it does it so slowly and the power is here, it won't realize until it's updated again. That's basically how we use it to harvest and reset itself automatically. And it's basically just, you know, below that block is a torch, so when it's retracted like that, the power goes into the repeater, turns off this torch, leaving this block without power, letting this torch go on, and that's how it powers itself. The reason I've built it like this though is we want to be able to basically make sure that the butt switch doesn't trigger anymore. And the only way to really do that is to remove a block of the butt switch, and that's basically this block. We can retract this, and when that's out, the butt switch won't activate, and that's how we're going to have our manual mode. I thought I might just have to interfere with the signal coming from the butt switch, but the sound of the butt switch going off all the time was annoying, so I decided to go with it like this instead. Now the second function is, as you can see, the power also goes through the block to this redstone wire, and that's basically the wire that activates the farm itself. It basically goes into this monostable circuit, which only activates when it loses power, not when it gains power. So that means, like you can see, if I remove that, you heard the power, the pistons go, but when I put power back on it, oh right, it didn't activate again. I gotta go back up. Hang on a second here. Gotta fire up the butt switch again. There it is. So now it should have reset itself. At least I think it has. Yes, it has. Good. So that means that it only ever activates the farm if the butt switch is in that particular position and not the other. And that's how we prevent it from going into, you know, perpetual on and off mode. If you don't do it with the monostable circuit like this, the pistons will, when the butt switch activates, the pistons will extend, activate the butt switch again, but when it retracts, it will activate the butt switch again, which will then, you know, activate the pistons to extend again, and it will just keep going like that in a loop forever. But anyway, with all that explained, I will continue on, hopefully finishing up this, and then give you a little tour of it, and then we'll see what we do from there. Alright guys, I think we're finally completed it. We have manual mode and automatic mode. Let's just try them out. That was the manual mode. Since nothing's grown in there, I have actually put the reeds in, but I don't think they've grown yet. And then we have the automatic mode. There we go. First we'll start with the manual wire actually. That's on the other side. It's very easy to follow. It starts there from the button, goes below there, all the way over on the other side, still goes down there, goes under here, the repeater there is to lengthen the signal, goes up to this upwards wire, which is, you know, standard. That's what activates all the pistons. We'll have a look when we get up there. The automatic mode is slightly more complicated. It starts here, goes along this wire, into this T flip-flop. Saw it on CNB Minecraft's channel. Very nice butt switch. No, T flip-flop. Very compact. And a special thanks to the guy out there who sent it to me in a PM. Thanks a lot, buddy. And this basically toggles, you know, from the active mode it's in now to the unactive it's in otherwise. The power starts here. One line of the power goes into the upwards wire, which goes up to the piston you can see there, which is basically, you know, when it's on like this, it completes the butt switch, and, you know, when the butt switch is completed, the butt switch will send power the way, down the line I showed you earlier to the pistons, and that way harvest itself automatically. but also, this is where it gets a little bit weirder. It sends power down this line. The line that goes there, right there, goes up to the indicator lights, the lantern, and the other one goes into this monostable circuit, which only produces a pulse when power is provided to it, and not when power is cut. So that way, when it receives power here, it will send a pulse into the upwards wire. And now the reason we want to do this is to reset the whole thing. You know, for example, I'll just show you real quick. As you can see right now, the butt switch is in its what I would call on position. That means that if it activates now, it will activate the pistons. We'll just switch it to off mode, and then we'll fire it. And as you can hear, there's some reads now. But if we go back and look now, you can see the butt switch is now in the off position, which means that if we left it in this position and just switched it on now into automatic mode, when the read grow, the first activation would make this retract, and that wouldn't send a signal to harvest, and it would basically be jammed. So that's basically why we needed to have this little thing here, so that we automatically, when we switch it to automatic, harvests in there, which will help reset the butt switch to the correct position. Let's see how many reads we got. I've just already 5, man. It yields very good, very, very good. But anyway, let's go up and have a look at the small changes here. As you can see, the dirt for the next cell has been put in. I'll build that off camera before we end it today. In there we have the reeds, we have the glowstone for the lighting, and we have the iron bars to ensure that we get all the loot. Now we can get the iron bars all the way there because, you know, this is basically where the drop hole is going to be, you know, always. You know, this would be, we can just cover it up now actually. Like this. This is where the water channel for the next level would go. And we just need to make sure that we can have water as well. You know, water pool, because this block doesn't receive water from the line there. So it has to get its water from here. And, you know, they all drop down here. And if there was an iron bar, a lot of them would probably get caught on that. Do we have any more of that? No, I'll just finish it up later then. They will get caught on the iron bars, so I haven't put the iron bars in. But basically that is it, more or less. This redstone wire won't interfere because we won't have water here at all. So this will work, and it is now stackable. I can build as many of these cells as I want on top of each other and hook them up to the vertical wires, and it will be automatic. It will have an automatic and manual mode for each cell individually. Very, very nice in my opinion. But anyway, what's gonna happen now is I'm gonna build the second cell because we want at least 2, and then we're gonna fire it up, see how much, see the yield, and you know, just have a listen to the pistons. And I think after that we'll end it there unless we have more time, but we'll figure that out afterwards. Alright, finally it's finished. I built the second cell up there. A few changes has been made that I'll just go through really quick here. The monostable circuits has all had an additional lengthener added on because there's that bug with the pistons that actually no. I thought that the reason that some of the reeds got stuck in there was because the length of the signal wasn't long enough, like it was a pulse, so the pistons would, you know, expand and retract too fast. So I added extra delay on all the monostable circuits. It has helped, but there still is that particular bug where pistons won't actually interact with what they push, you know, unless it's a full block. Like if it's a mop or if it's an item, it might, and sometimes it doesn't actually push it. And when that happens, some of the reeds actually land up there on their particular, on the, what's it called, on the block that spawned them. But anyway, this is as good as it gets until that gets fixed. Let's fire it up. There we go. And actually we can fire up the cactus farm as well, because that has been standing there for a while. Let's see how much we get. It's been standing there for about, I don't know, 20 minutes. I thought I'd let them grow. And there we go. And we got, wow, 65. That's pretty good. That's alright. And the automatic mode has been changed also, so that it both sends a pulse up when it activates and when it deactivates. Because again, there was some trouble with the butt switch, but the only thing I had to do was add this extra monostable circuit here, which pulses when power goes off. So that's pretty sweet. Oh, and let's have a look at the cactus shield. It's also alright. I mean, for the cactus, it's good. But anyway, I think that's it. That's all we're gonna have time for today. I will probably add a maintenance access to that also, or combine the two somehow. And yeah, as you can see, I've been out here getting the reeds. But yeah, as I think we'll run back to the terrace and just have one last look at at the base here. Go away. Go away. No! I hate it when I ruin my grass because I always forget to replace it. But anyway, yeah, I think that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and as always, leave me comments about anything and everything, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care, everybody.